Okay, free agency starts 6 p.m. Friday is when you can start to negotiate. And remember, Troy Weaver said he's going to make a splash, home run, something like that. And we did have 2 first-round picks in the draft, but I think we can all agree that wasn't splashy enough for us. And you are limited in some degree, right? In what you can really do in the draft, but free agency is the spot. So I think here is the first move that the Pistons are going to make when free agency opens. And you let me know in the comments as well. But let me give you an idea of some of the things that we need to do immediately when free agency opens. So Fansided had a great article here. Aaron Kellerstrass, I really agree with a lot of things that he said in here. So we'll take a look at this real quick. So with about 30 million in cap space, remember kicks off Friday at 6 p.m. is when negotiating can go. Can't officially sign till like after the 4th, but you can announce them. So we'll know right away this weekend of what's going on. So he talks about, hey, 3 things that the Pistons must do. Uh, go for your guy right away. Identify the guy out of this list and go all in and say, hey, it's now or never. You in, you out. Give him only a couple days to decide and see what you want to do. So Cam Johnson, I like this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I've seen more and more people say Harrison Barnes, Jeremy Grant. Everyone still likes. So pick your guy and go. I think we're going big here. I think this is where we make the splash. We stop sitting around and playing these games that we've played for the last few years of trying to rebuild. We've got enough core base. It's time to go get one. Go get one. We've got 30 million. This is what we've been building up for and have an opportunity to do. So like go get one. So Cam Johnson is the number 1 target according to James Edwards of The Athletic. If that's true, then they should put it right on there. Everything they got, you in or you out, Cam Johnson. We need to know. Acting decisively also shows the potential new player that Detroit is serious about them and ready to do what it takes now. I completely agree with this. And then the next one, we'll get to the second thing that they have to do, but this is where again, we got to remember, I think as Pistons fans, we're getting frustrated. We were the worst team in the league last year. We didn't get the number 1 pick. We got a really good player, but not the perfect one, but he's really good. We're going to be athletic, but we're a piece away. It just kind of feels like that piece away from really being competitive and taking that young core to the next level. That's really what it's all about. Can you take Cade, Ivy, Duran, that core to the next level? Who can propel us? Is it Boyan? Is it Cam Johnson? Is it somebody else? Like, what do we need to do to get that next thing going? So that's what we have to do in free agency. Go for it. Let's go. Next thing, balance the roster. And I think this is what you're going to see. There's our boy Bagley. Have a trade ready for Bagley or James Wiseman. I think 100% we're going to do this. We have too many centers, too many bigs on the roster right now. And there's a 1 or 2 guys that are expendable. And I think you just have to be ready to make that move, and you just have to make it. So if the Pistons are going to extend Stewart, then it makes sense to trade Bagley or Wiseman for a wing player to better balance the roster. And I think this is what we've all been really concerned about. And remember, Troy Weaver does this. It looks like, what is going on? What are we doing? Why do we have 8 centers? What are we doing? And then the next thing you know, oh, okay, all right, he traded this person away and did this and that. So Detroit has shown interest in DeAndre Hunter from the Hawks and could offer them salary relief they're looking for by sending them Bagley straight up in a swap. So look for that. Number 1, we're going to go aggressive and go for that number 1 free agent that we want. Number 2, we'll have a trade in the works so we can add another wing. We can do some different things there. Be looking for that. The Nets are another team that could be looking to shake things up and shed salary, especially if they have to outbid Detroit for Cam Johnson. There's going to be so much movement. I think last year it was a lot of movement, or I know it was with the Knicks. Remember, Knicks were trying to get rid of salary so that they could go for Brunson. And so we were trading them stuff. People were trading. There was a lot of trades on draft night. This year, I think it's going to be different. I think it's going to be opposite, where it's going to be a lot of trades, a lot of movement on the free agency front, because teams are going to try to position and do different things to see what free agents they can get. So then the trades are going to happen. It's been relatively quiet on that side for the Pistons. Marvin Bagley for Dorian Finney-Smith makes some sense. We'll give Brooklyn future cap space and Detroit a more balanced roster. I love that. And lastly, be nimble. This is this is not rocket science, right? Like, of course, you got to have a plan. You've got to have a really good plan as you go into something like this. You don't know who's going to sign with you. You don't know who's going to turn you down. You don't know what trades are going to come. You don't know who's going to be aggressive, more aggressive than you thought. So Detroit doesn't have the luxury of waiting around long, as every team with money is looking for the same type of player. Forwards who can defend and shoot. And that's a great point there. Where it was, that's what we need, 3-and-D. Well, it's like, well, yeah, everybody wants that. Everybody wants big guys that can shoot and stretch the floor. Just like, don't forget that. We're not the only team that needs that. Everybody needs that. And so those guys are going to be gobbled up quickly. We're that player away. We all know it. But at the same time, again, we have to be able to adjust quickly because there's going to be a lot of things that are happening. So it's the first move, I think. You go aggressive for your first free agent. You trade one of your big guys. And this is all stuff we can see coming a mile away, and I think it will happen. Trade a big guy, get another wing, get some depth at wing. But really what you're looking for is, it's not like win now. It's like, who can carry us? Because Boyan's going to be traded at the deadline too, right? So we need to kind of be who's going to take over for him, and what, just what's that trajectory for the young core. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on this. I don't think we're far off. I think we're right there. We're frustrated. We're a little just, come on, give me something big. I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to have something big and noteworthy this free agent cycle, and we need it. It's time to go. We've been planning and kind of working around this for the last few years to put ourselves in the position. We've got $30 million ready to go. Let's use it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see all of you on the next one.